we are going to talk about another very serious story. It's something that we find hard to believe, but it happens, and apparently when it happens, there are reasons, particularly this time around. But the Ministry of Finance is telling us that provinces in this country surrendered 923 million rands in unspent conditional grants for 2023-2024 financial year. Gauteng, the biggest culprit, 465.4 million rand, was surrendered. The Western Cape followed second, 224 million rands, which is the second highest contributor to unspent funds. Limpopo, 68.6 million. Northwest surrendering 66.6 million. The Eastern Cape surrendering 62.7 million. Free State surrendering 19.3 million. Mpumalanga 10.5 million, and the Northern Cape recording the smallest surrender of 5.6 million. KwaZulu-Natal spent all the money. They did not bring back a cent. So the Minister of Finance says that there are specific challenges that prevented some of these provinces from utilizing allocated funds across different sectors. The ministry says human settlements faced particularly severe constraints that hindered project delivery, saying, and I quote, unified vacancies such as planners, engineers, and project managers led to projects not being delivered on time. Health sector encountered procurement delays that significantly impacted spending capacity, with the minister saying delays in procurement on the National Tertiary Services Grant, a large part of health technology is imported. The education sector and spending, the department says, stems from the procurement and staffing challenges that delayed program implementation. To make sense of all of this, we are joined by Dr. Harlan Cloete, University of the Free State governance and public sector expert. Doc, good talking to you again, sir. How are you?
I'm very well, Thabiso, and you?
I'm very, very good. Is it understandable that these government or provinces would be given money and they would return it and there would be some explanations to it? Can we stop being emotional and understand it for what it is, or do we have a right to be emotional? I mean, this is a lot of money, close to $1 billion.
Yeah. No, you are right. You know, immediately if one looks at the headline, you see 900 million sent back to Treasury because they can't spend it. It raises red flags. But you know that there could be a number of reasons. I mean, I just heard you in the introduction, you talk about human settlement. Sometimes, the resources can't be spent because, we've seen of late the construction mafia and extortionists. So there may be valid reasons for underspending. One, for example, I'm surprised that the Western Cape returned such a lot of money, given that most of the departments receive clean audits. So what does that then say about clean audits and or not being able to spend funds as well?
But some people would say it's better to return it than to steal it.
No, you are right. No, I agree with you. 100% it's better to return than to steal. But the question is, that money represents a life that has changed. It's either a road built or it's money spent in public health or in infrastructure. So if the money is not spent, it is worrying because then it means that South Africans, the majority, are still not getting what was promised to them, and so that is worrying.
What informs it? Is it the systems? Is it people that want to do things at last minute because procurement, appointments seems to be what the Minister of Finance is bending about in terms of some of the reasons?
I spoke to somebody just before this interview, just to get my ducks in a row, and so I spoke to a former person who worked for the province.
Yeah.
And I asked him, what could be the reason why people are underspending? And you know what he told me? He said the number one reason in a lot of cases is planning, is that we've got a lack of planners within institutions. People, lastminute.com, they don't plan. There's a lack of project management skills sometimes where we're not managing contractors in the way that we should. So those are a number of factors. Also consequence management. has also been highlighted as people underspend, but nothing. There is simply just no consequence.
You think there should be consequences?
Consequence for underspending. I mean, what are the reasons? I just come from a meeting where the municipal manager said that he hates excuses. So if you are going to spend public money, there's a strong link between the procurement and the supply chain management side of it and the planning for it. You know when to apply. So there's a cycle in the way government spends. A lot of time it's a lack of planning. Sometimes it's a lack of project management skills, and so sometimes it's extortionist. Where projects are prevented from getting off the ground, either through a lack of consultation or various other reasons. So it's never one thing in government. It's a combination of things that could derail a project and prevent underspending.
I thought in government, unless if it has been done away with, but I thought in the presidency, to be specific, you've got the Department of Planning, Monitoring and Evaluation. And my assumption was that this would be their forte.
It is, but remember, individual provincial departments also have their planners and their engineers, etc., their project managers. And so the capacity to spend the money, firstly, you have to apply for this money, and then you have to present evidence that there's a need for these projects, and then it gets rolled out. So in that rollout, there's a lot of factors that could make a thing go wrong. So why, in particular, like I said, I would be very interested to find out, but why is the Western Cape underspending? And yet they are producing clean audits in their provincial departments year in and year out. So it brings into the question the value for money, and why is it that we are not spending it?
Yeah. Do you think anything will be done about it, or is it going to become a convention that we have been leading, some of us, together with people like yourselves, to identify the problems and just leave them hanging?
Yeah, Justice Malala said that we are a nation of talkers.
Yeah.
We are bad at implementation. We can analyze problems brilliantly, but we solve them so poorly. And so it brings into question again the issue of implementation and consequence management. If you look at our track record in implementation, the Auditor General year in and year out will tell us this is wrong. And yet she says people hear, but they're not listening. So that is our South African problem, implementation and consequence. So if you are not listening to what the Auditor General is saying, then there should be consequences. There should be a disciplinary hearing.
Don't you want to give our Premier some credit, though, because he did something about it?
Okay, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Because some people lost their jobs, HODs and stuff. And partly because of this.
I think South Africans want more of that. In the same way, South Africans want more people that are guilty of corruption to be in orange overalls. We are not seeing enough of that. And it should be done publicly, so that people know that it deters people from even considering corrupt acts.
Let's leave it at that, Doc. Always a pleasure talking to you, sir. Thank you.
All right. Thanks so much. All the best. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much, Dr. Harlan Cloete there from the University of the Free State. He's a governance and public sector specialist.